The opposition is of the view that the S.I.R exercise, EVM manipulation and the ECR are leading to their continuous defeat in the elections. But the Treasury believes that the opposition does not respect the mandate. It does not understand why it is failing in every election. But before that, let me take you through what the opposition, the Treasury benches argued. So let me start by what opposition says. It says introduce 100% VVPAT counting or return to ballot papers. Add CGI to selection committee for ECI. Says S.I.R is unconstitutional and should be stopped. Says real electoral reforms were introduced by Rajiv Gandhi. The opposition stated that the big debt should not be allowed and cash transferred prevented, so that the states with big debt should not be allowed to transfer cash. And the question is, which they ask, what is the source code of the EVMs? Now let's look at the response of the government. They say, 1, respect people's mandate. 2nd, foreigners should be weeded out of the voters list. 3rd, S.I.R was successful in Bihar. They also said, we will win West Bengal elections. Election violence was sky high when the Congress was in power. Opposition does not work hard. LOP is a political tourist. Amit Shah has not made one foreign visit abroad because he says, क्या बाहर जाने से वोट मिलेंगे? And lastly, opposition made outlandish promises during Bihar elections. Now, let me play out the reactions of the speakers.
तो अध्यक्ष जी, मैं आखिर में ये कहना चाहता हूं कि मेरी 3 मांगे हैं, क्योंकि चुनाव सुधार के ऊपर ये चर्चा है। सबसे पहले तो वो इलेक्शन कमीशन के अधिकारियों का चयन करने का कानून बदलिए, उसमें नेता प्रतिपक्ष को शामिल कीजिए राज्यसभा के, और नामजद तौर पे चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया को शामिल कीजिए। जब बैलेंस रहेगा तभी तो क्या कहते हैं खेल ठीक होगा ना। और दूसरा, ये SIR बंद कीजिए। देयर इज नो प्रोविजन इन लॉ व्हिच अलाउज द SIR टू गो अहेड। अब आप कहेंगे जी पहले जो सारी SIR हुई वो क्या अवैध थी? और मेरा जवाब बिल्कुल सीधा है, मल्टीपल रॉन्ग्स डोंट मेक अ राइट। अगर किसी ने उस समय कानून नहीं देखा, इसका यह मतलब नहीं है कि जो जॉब हो रहा है वो सही है। और जिस तरह से कथाकथित खुदकुशियों की खबरें आ रही हैं, BLO खुदकुशी कर रहे हैं, जिस किस्म का प्रेशर उनके ऊपर है, ये किस तरह का SIR हम करवा रहे हैं इस देश में। और तीसरा और मेरा आखिरी आपसे अनुरोध ये है कि ये जो सरकारी पैसे से जो ये डायरेक्ट कैश ट्रांसफर चुनाव से पहले होते हैं, ये डायरेक्ट कैश ट्रांसफर को बिल्कुल बंद करवाना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये पूरी तरह से लोकतंत्र के खिलाफ है।
अगर वोट चोरी कांग्रेस को समझना है तो सबसे पहले वोट चोरी कहां हुई थी अध्यक्ष सभापति महोदय? सबसे पहली वोट चोरी 1947 में हुई थी, जब पूरी कांग्रेस वर्किंग कमेटी सरदार पटेल जी के साथ थी और जवाहरलाल नेहरू को प्रधानमंत्री बना दिया गया। इससे बड़ा वोट चोरी का उदाहरण कहीं कुछ भी नहीं। वोट चोरी 1975 में हुई थी, जब इंदिरा गांधी ने इमरजेंसी लगा करके जनता के सारे अधिकारों को छीनने का काम किया था। वोट चोरी 1987 में जम्मू कश्मीर में हुई थी, जब राजीव और फारूक समझौता हुआ और जबरदस्ती सारे बूथों को कैप्चर किया गया। जो लोग चुनाव लड़ रहे थे विरोधी दल, उनको भगा दिया गया। और उसके बाद कश्मीर ने 1987 के बाद उग्रवाद का ऐसा भयावह दौर देखा जो केवल और केवल कांग्रेस पार्टी के वोट चोरी का नतीजा था। वोट चोरी 1991 में भी हुआ था सभापति जी, जब एक सांसद की बहुत दुखद मृत्यु होती है। राजीव गांधी जी की दुखद हत्या हुई, लेकिन अगर किसी उम्मीदवार की मृत्यु होती है तो केवल वहां का चुनाव कैंसिल होता है। पहली बार हम लोगों ने चुनाव आयोग को वोट चोरी करते देखा कि राजीव गांधी जी की हत्या के बाद पूरे देश का चुनाव कैंसिल कर दिया गया और 21 दिन अस्थियों को लेकर घुमाया गया, तब चुनाव किया गया। मणिकम टैगोर वोट चोरी इसको कहते हैं।
Now, 2 important developments have taken place. One, Sonia Gandhi has been issued notice. Delhi court has done that. And the reason, her name appeared in the voter list in 1980. The name was deleted in 1982. By then, she had not acquired Indian citizenship. She became Indian citizen in 1983. The notice issued is in the review petition. Another development that has taken place is on the Election Commission of India, observation by Supreme Court on the S.I.R exercise in West Bengal. Quote unquote, deal with the issue or it will cause anarchy. And SC has taken the note of the BLOs being threatened. Now let me begin this discussion. I'm joined by Charu Pagya, spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party, and Ashpreet Khadiyal, spokesperson Congress Party. Madam, the principal point which Manish Tiwari made was that S.I.R is unconstitutional. What do you have to say on it?
Namaste, good evening. Absolutely not. S.I.R is completely constitutional, completely legal, and it has been upheld by the highest court in our country, the Supreme Court. The opposition very recently moved the Supreme Court about the S.I.R exercise. And also, this is not the first time that S.I.R has been conducted in this country. Every time in the past, there was no issue. Now, suddenly, the Indian opposition today is so insecure that they are questioning the validity of an exercise which they themselves have upheld to be legal, to be constitutional. Just because they cannot fight this entire issue legally, they decide to fight it politically. That's the basis of it. You have no legal response to things. You have lost in the Supreme Court, so you decide to make it into a political fight. How relevant is that? And how many people in India, how many citizens of our country are actually aligning behind this whole UN cry behind S.I.R that the opposition continues to cry about? That entire narrative of vote chori, did it take root on ground? Were there any common citizens who were echoing what Rahul Gandhi was trying to say? Absolutely not. You couldn't even hear the echo unitedly from members of the Congress party itself. Forget the citizens of this country. So today, what is happening in the parliament is just one step forward in establishing the fact that we are in a space where the opposition has nothing relevant to discuss, where the opposition has lost legally, and their only recourse remains anarchy, remains a political fight.
The Bharatiya Janata Party's MP from Paschim Champaran said very categorically, your leaders have been saying that the bureaucrats are compromised. He said, Sukumar, the first election commissioner of India, went on to become the ambassador of Sudan. Then he said that MS Gill, who was the ECI, went on to become the sports minister. He said Ashwani Kumar, who was very close, went on to become the CBI director. He said Ranjit Sinha went on to become CBI director. And he also mentioned M.K. Narayanan, who was a former IPS officer, not only went on to become the IB director, but also went on to become the national security advisor of the country and also became the governor. Ashpreet.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. You heard my question?
Thank you. See, first and foremost, maybe because of the network, the voice was lagging. I hope it's better.
Can I repeat it?
Yeah, please.
Please do.
So the MP from Paschim Champaran, Mr. Sanjay Jaiswal, said that when Rahul Gandhi and your other Congress MPs were saying that the ECI and the government officials or the senior government functionaries are compromised, he said the first election commissioner of Mr. Sukumar went on to become the ambassador of Sudan. MS Gill, who was the election commissioner, went on to become the sports minister. Ashwani Kumar went on to become CBI director. Ranjit Sinha went on to become CBI director. M.K. Narayan went on to become the IB director, national security advisor, and the governor in one of the states.
See, the fact of the matter is that the Bharatiya Janata Party is doing what it does best. They are trying to divert attention from the real issues. The fact of the matter is that the people are demanding that machine-readable voter data ought to be issued. They are demanding that the deletion of these CCTV videos should stop. The hiding of the evidence, the doing away of the evidence should stop. Number 3, access should be given to the EVM so that the experts can examine it. And number 4, the immunity that has been given to the election commissioners should be taken away. It is highly suspicious and it violates Article 14, which is right to equality. Number 2, what we have been saying has been proven by the Election Commission. We have been saying that there are fake voters. We have been saying that the fake voters have been taking part and they have been partaking in Lok Sabha election, in assembly elections, and that's exactly what the Election Commission of India has proven by deleting 65 lakh voters that that did participate in the Lok Sabha election were then not allowed to participate in the assembly election. The 21 lakh voters that were allowed to participate in the assembly election were not allowed to participate in the Lok Sabha election. Our question to the Election Commission of India is, if you say that 65 lakh voters are fake, then why did you allow them to vote in the Lok Sabha election? Number 2, if you say 21 lakh additional voters that you've added are genuine, then why did you not allow them to vote in the Lok Sabha election? And number 2, The Bharatiya Janata Party, please, ought to tell us this thing. You already are having the shortest possible session in the history of India, the history of Parliament. It's a temple of democracy. Why do you have to hide? Why do you have to run away from debates? Why do you not have proper sessions? Why do you not have longer sessions?
Okay.
Bharatiya Janata Party, when it used to be in the opposition,
Can
they
I
used to
come in,
say,
please?
have more sessions, have longer sessions. One last thing. Mr. Modi is still not coming forward and answering our questions. In 2021, he gave 4
Can I
hours to the
respond,
Parliament.
please?
In 11
You made
years,
your
he has
point,
not done a single
Mr.
press
Khadia?
conference. Just one last point. In 2021, he gave 4 hours to the Parliament, Mr. Modi. In 11 years, he's not done a single press conference.
Okay.
Our only
I think
request to the Bharatiya Janata Party-
I think let's not mix everything together. We
Now,
can
at
we can
least
divide
now
this.
the BJP
Ashpreet, we
ought to
can divide the
answer.
conversation.
Now Mr.
We have
Modi
full
would
half. Ashpreet, we have full half hour. Let's divide it. Okay. Pragya.
So at least now Mr.
Let-
Modi should
Charu.
answer.
Yes, Kartike.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
I noted down all the questions and I'm going to respond to them one by
Okay.
one, starting with the last one.
Go.
Short winter session of the Parliament. Well, last winter session of the Parliament was longer, but 52% of the time of the Parliament was wasted. Absolutely wasted by the opposition. So if you're so concerned about
Because
the
you were
length of
not
the Parliament
Don't
session-
disturb her.
Now,
Ashpreet, she didn't disturb you. Please.
yes, thank you very much. Now, Ashpreet has a lot to learn about courtesies on television debates, but let me
Well,
continue.
when we follow
So if you're
footsteps,
so
you'll see
concerned
what happens,
about,
right?
I will wait till he's done interrupting and I will speak when you can ensure me he will not
Just
interrupt
stop
me.
making
again.
Ashpreet,
personal remarks, and she'll stop making
Ashpreet, you
personal
disturbed. Now
remarks
she
and
responded.
probably
You disturbed her. She responded. She didn't disturb you. Please.
I just hope she'll not make any more personal remarks. which
So
she's
don't
had.
disturb her, na. Don't provoke her. Don't disturb her. She didn't disturb you, na.
No, 1 second.
You don't. You threw the stone in the pond, sir. Sir, you threw the stone in the pond. Every action has a consequence. Anyway, you made your point. Arey, let's have a normal conversation. I have listed down a lot of questions for both of you. Now let's not waste it. Yes, Charu.
BJP is accustomed to that. What
Yes,
do we
yes,
do?
Charu.
Ashpreet, grow up a little and find some discipline. But anyways, moving on.
This is
So
what you're all
last
about.
time, maybe
Charu.
you should mute him, Kartike.
No, Charu,
Maybe,
Charu,
so that
please,
I can have my
If you
say.
have crammed something, please answer the
Ashpreet,
topic.
please. You
Answer the
disturbed her
question.
first. You know that.
Speak on the topic.
Ashpreet, you disturbed her first. Please, Charu. Please go ahead.
Kartike, very responsibly, I want to say this. I consider myself a debater who is both polite and waits for her turn to speak. And I will appreciate and expect the same courtesy
Again, nothing
from
to
the
say on the
opposition spokesperson.
Nothing to say on the topic again.
Ashpreet, don't disturb her. I
I'm
know
not-
it's not
I'm
funny.
not-
I can mute.
No, can
It
we
doesn't
please
make a
start
difference
the
to me.
topic?
Please mute.
I'm
You know,
asking
you can make a
question.
good tweet out of it. I know what
Can
will
you
happen.
start with an
But it
answer?
doesn't bother me. It
She's
really
not
doesn't bother me.
answering
I
the
know what's
question.
going to happen. I've been
I'm
through
only
it 25 years in this
I'm only
profession. I
requesting
understand
a
all of this.
golden
Yeah.
hand. If
Let
you
Don't
start
disturb her.
answering-
You are the
to
first
have
person
my
who disturbed her. You know,
political
you're pushing me to take a side. You disturb her. She didn't disturb you. If
I'm
she disturbed
saying,
you,
can-
I would have come
can-
on your
can the
side.
BJP
But
can the
Ashpreet, you
BJP
disturbed
start
her.
answering?
No, you disturbed her. You're not
I'm
allowing her to
listening.
speak. You are
I'm
not also
listening.
allowing her to speak.
I'm listening.
No,
Please, answer
you're
the
not
question.
allowing her to speak. You're wasting
Can
the
you just
time of the
zip your
program.
mouth
I know
because
that.
now
I know
I'm
that.
done.
It's okay.
I'm done.
But it does not irritate me, Charu.
No, it irritates me now because,
Okay,
it is
Charu.
beneath my dignity to be
Charu,
interrupted when
please,
I'm
please,
making
go
a
ahead.
political
Please,
statement.
make your point,
Right.
Charu. Make your point.
Kartike, I assure you, if he interrupts me one more time, I'm going to have you mute him or not speak at all. I
Charu,
hope you
please.
will help me here.
Please, go ahead.
Right. So now going back to the last session of the parliament, and mind you, I have noted every single non-point raised by this non-opposition today. Last session of the parliament, they wasted 52% of the time of the parliament. So today, when they talk about the length of the session, it is laughable because you're the one to whom length does not matter. It can be 200 days for all you care because you are intent on wasting even all of that time. Now, secondly, you're talking about VVPATs. You're talking that you would like to go back to the days of the paper ballot. Please, you went to the Supreme Court on VVPATs as well. What did the Supreme Court say? The Supreme Court made it clear to you that you cannot be traveling back in time. The way the opposition is speaking today, tomorrow they're going to say either you hand count the votes of 100 million people or you go back to the time when we didn't need a car at all and we were happy using bullock carts to travel from one place to the other. See, every argument that is raised, the 65 lakh voters being deleted argument, let me respond to that as well. If 65 lakh names have been deleted, and mind you, every single of these names have been published by the Election Commission on the order of the Supreme Court, it is in the public domain. If in spite of that, you have an objection to raise, where are these people? Forget 65 lakhs, forget 65,000. You've not been able to put together, forget 6,500 also. 65 of those people also in one room with credibility. Have you been able to do that? Absolutely not. So why do you keep talking about 65 lakh names which are published when you cannot give us proof for even 65 wrongful deletions? So like I said, this argument is not taking root with the people of this country. Even if the opposition keeps talking about it, had it taken root, the election result of Bihar would have been different. And Bihar is over now. We are moving on. We are moving forward. Bihar is going to get good governance. But see, we cannot have an opposition that picks up issues which are not relevant for the people of this country. Why are you crying about S.I.R today or the electoral process today when it is you who loses elections because of your own fault? After Bihar elections, I can list a whole long line of leaders of the Congress itself which said we were not aligned, we didn't work hard, our party was not in order, we did not campaign hard enough. Your leader was absent. He was leader in absentia. He was sitting abroad and issuing statements on Bihar elections instead of being on ground in Bihar every single day, working around the clock like every single other party did. Even the RJD, which is your alliance partner. I'm not supposed to praise the RJD here, but at least they were on ground and present. Where was Rahul Gandhi? So in spite of all of this, if you expect in absentia the people of Bihar are going to come and award you with the medal, that's not going to happen, Ajpreet. You need to open your eyes, you and your party both. You need to open your eyes and face reality. Also, questioning the legality of procedures that the Election Commission has, which are completely legal, completely constitutional. It is an organization which is revered and applauded the world over. When you raise doubts about that, when your own actions have been questionable time and time again, when you are picking up past election commissioners and awarding them, rewarding them, giving them big positions, you're making them members of parliament, you're making them governors, you're making them ministers even. What are you doing today?
Okay.
What are you even doing today?
Okay. Now, let me play out the bite of leader of opposition and then I'll go to Ashpreet. Let me play out the bite of Rahul Gandhi.
Why is the Prime Minister and Amit Shah keen on choosing exactly who the election commissioner is going to be? Second question, and even more devastating question. No Prime Minister has done this in the history of India. In December 2023, this government changed the law. It changed the law to make sure that no election commissioner could be punished for any action they take while they are election commissioner.
Yes. Immunity.
Why would the Prime Minister and Home give this gift of immunity to the election commissioner? Why would they need to give this tremendous gift that no Prime Minister has given ever before to the election commissioner?
Rahul Gandhi also said, I couldn't play that bite because of technical issue. He also said that the only anti-national thing is vote chori. Ashpreet Khadial. Now, lot of your critics would say that the vote chori has not really worked in Bihar. Why would you stick to something which has no electoral dividends? Secondly, the matter can be taken to the Supreme Court of India, sir. So why doesn't that matter being given a legal route? Whereas the court continues to push for S.I.R. Mr. Khadial.
See, number one, unlike the Bharatiya Janata Party, I would make no personal remarks and I would not waste the time of the people. I'll directly come to the issue. Number one, as per Article 327,
no personal remarks against you.
He's already
You
started
are a
interrupting
heckler.
me.
No,
Now,
I
could
am
you
doing
please-
it
now,
because
could
you
you
have
please
done it
stop
and you
us?
took
He's
my
already
name for no
heckling me.
reason.
He's already started
No, please,
interrupting.
Ashpreet, could you change this style? It is frankly annoying. No, do not speak over me
The Bharatiya
again.
Janata Party is accustomed to doing
No,
this.
I will keep
The Bharatiya
quiet
Janata
when you
Party is
ask me
again
to.
wasting
This
the
is
time
just
of the
unfair,
people.
right?
Why
It's just
waste the
not
time of the
dignified.
people?
It's
Charu,
unfair.
Why
my
waste
request
the
to you,
time of the
Charu.
people?
My request to you, Charu. Ashpreet.
Thank you for requesting the Bharatiya Janata Party because they hardly understand how important the time of the people is.
I requested Charu Pragya, who's spokesperson of Bharatiya Janata Party, and she agreed.
Thank you. I hope she continues to agree and
No,
does
she
not
agreed.
interrupt
Please go ahead.
when she comes back
Please
in
go
the
ahead.
screen.
Please go ahead.
Number one, as far as Article 327 is concerned, the Constitution of India, which the Bharatiya Janata Party has forgotten, has time and again undermined. It categorically says and grants Parliament the authority over elected roles and delimitation. Not the Election Commission of India. The Bharatiya Janata Party ought to understand that. Number two, see, the fact of the matter is that in one of the seats in Haryana, an EVM was recounted, the person who was declared a loser was declared a winner after the recounting, and the person who was declared winner was declared a loser after the recounting. And that goes on to show that something is wrong, which needs to be addressed. And the Bharatiya Janata Party did not answer my question. Not a single question was answered. That we say there are fake voters that are participating in the election process, because of which the entire election process gets vitiated. You, through S.I.R, have removed them. The people, the very people who voted in the Lok Sabha election, what else do we have to show? It is crystal clear that fake voters are voting in elections. Number two, as far as the Election Commission of India is concerned, they have no legal authority. As far as electoral roll corrections are concerned, it is only possible in specific constituencies with written and publicly recorded reason, which is not being done anywhere at all whatsoever. Now that we are doing it in such a large, extensive areas of India, in so many states, why does the Bharatiya Janata Party in the Election Commission of India not tell us this? That where are the recorded reasons? Where is it? And
your principal speaker today, you can continue speaking. Your principal speaker today also made one more point, Manish Tiwari, and it's on record. It has not been expunged. Sir, he said, all wrongs don't make it right. And he said this in context of S.I.R. He admitted on the floor of the House. When he said it's unconstitutional, that is his position. He also added, sir, all wrongs don't make it right.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, he said that. So exactly. A Congress MP, a senior former information broadcasting minister said in house, saying जो SIR हुआ वो भी गलत था.
So what we are saying is,
floor of the House में बोला.
Now allow me please, I'll just quote what he said. I'll kindly allow me a minute uninterrupted.
Okay.
He said multiple wrongs do not make a right, and the Bharatiya Janata Party ought to focus on this. Why has the Election Commission of India not published, written, or recorded the reasons for ordering S.I.R. across entire states, which is what the law of the land demands? And number two, how can the ECI claim power and authority over assessing the citizenship? The Honorable Supreme Court also said it, that it's not for the ECI to decide who's a citizen of India and who's not. And number three, why are poorly paid teachers, Anganwadi workers and clerks being forced into a dangerous verification drive without training or legal mandate? We want to ask the Bharatiya Janata Party that why did you exclude the Chief Justice of India when the Honorable Supreme Court had said make the CJI part of the selection committee that chooses the election commission? Why did the Bharatiya Janata Party have to make a law, bypass what the Honorable Supreme Court said, bypass what the order said, and they excluded the Chief Justice of India? Now the ratio is 2:1, 2 from the government, the PM and the minister, and on the other hand from the opposition is the LOP. So we want to ask the Bharatiya Janata Party government, why were you so afraid to have the judiciary in the selection committee? Why were you so afraid to have a guardian of the constitution? What do you have to hide? And one more thing, please, just one.
Can I come in now?
Yeah.
The election commission decides the date of the election, where a re-election is to happen, where it is to be, any and every.
I have a okay. You have asked multiple questions. I have a question for Charu.
There ought to be neutrality.
I have a question for Charu. I have a question from Charu.
You have to get me on air.
I have a question for Charu. My question is, Charu,
you have to get me on air with a spokesperson who doesn't talk like it's like wrestling with a pig. Because over here, no, I've answered every
Look at the language. I am
Charu.
sorry. She'll have to apologize. Otherwise, I'll discontinue.
Charu,
She just
you
called me up.
can disconnect.
Charu,
You
please,
can
we
disconnect.
can be civil with each other.
Apologize
No,
or I
I'm
leave.
being very civil. This is the most civil
Or I
I can
leave.
be with this person right now.
Or I leave or
Considering
she
the
apologizes.
Charu, don't do this. I'm saying,
wasted on this debate.
no, you can't.
I have
We
been
can't
the
call
most
each other
civil that I
pigs.
can be.
If I heard the word right.
I didn't call him a pig. I said it's like wrestling with the pig.
Shameful.
It's a
Extremely
stage.
shameful.
I mean, so, but anyway,
Please go
It's
ahead.
I would
shameful.
say. Anyway, but Charu, my question. Anyway, Charu, my question is, what the Supreme Court has said was on the BLOs.
I'm sorry,
Do you think,
I'll discontinue 1 second.
Ashpreet, I have registered my objection. I have registered my objection. Anyway, I have registered my objection. I have registered my objection. I have registered my objection. No, I have registered my objection. I am not running a court. Ashpreet, I am not running a court here. Ashpreet, I am not running a court here. It's not a court. I have registered my objection. It's my place. I object to it. Ashpreet, it's not a court. It's not, Ashpreet, it's not a court. I have registered as an anchor. My objection I have registered to her. But Charu, no, okay, I have to take that question to her because I really wanted to ask that question to her. Charu, the court has been insisted on one thing. Lot of BLOs have passed away. Lot of BLOs have died.
Yes.
The matter has gone to the Supreme Court. Even the West Bengal government, today the court has said this cannot continue. Don't you think the EC or the government on this should be a little more responsive, because it's a matter of lives?
Absolutely. And you're not wrong there. And I'm sure the government will take into account what has been happening. See, an S.I.R is not an exercise which is routinely being done in the country. It is happening now after 2002, 2003. So there has been a long gap. And please rest assured that if there are problems in the system, those discrepancies or those loopholes will be settled. We do not have an entire team the Election Commission has of lakhs of people permanently employed by the Election Commission to work on this. So please understand the government is responsible and will make sure that incidents like this do not continue. We'll make sure that happens. But you cannot equate that and say the S.I.R is illegal, right? You cannot use that as an excuse and say S.I.R should not be conducted. You cannot use that and say that every single bit of political violence that has been happening right under our noses in the state of West Bengal, lines and lines of people waiting to cross back from the border into Bangladesh does not exist. We cannot pretend that around Murshidabad, there was not firing and throwing of petrol bombs on BSF Jawans. All of that also exists simultaneously, and it has to be taken seriously. And Kartikeya, before you end the debate, I just want to say this, and I need you to please take note of this. If you're going to field me against a spokesperson who's made it
I condemn what you said.
me every time I open my mouth, he has to be ready to take the consequences. I debate with a lot of people. I have never been with a person who's such a confident head. Your channel has a much better reputation than this.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Ashpreet, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you. I wanted to utilize those 30 seconds before I go on for a next debate to take a closing comment from you, but I think we have really run out of time. Thank you, Charu, and thank you, Ashpreet, for joining me. It's 7:29 already. I need to take a small break. But after the break, we have the second on point, and the second on point is on the new Gaza, which is thinner, which is smaller. Why has that happened? You will decode it with me.
एसोसिएट स्पॉन्सर बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा से लोन लेना एक मास्टर स्ट्रोक है।
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
यही मौका है बिजनेस को बढ़ाने का, पर पैसा
अपनी सुपर पावर यूज करने का टाइम आ गया है।